She lost her way, although she stays, she's never yours. She doesn't breathe, she doesn't leave when she's with you. She scratches red and cuts too deep, there's nothing left to do. The world inside she sees is all in black and white. The world inside she sees is always gray. Trapped in time. The world inside will like never goes in. Trapped in time. Just then again, trying to get closer to you. You always go back to the place of black and
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Come on in. This is the Cassidy The Cardslinger show here on My Psychic Connection, and I am so excited to be back for another evening of readings, card slinging, and all this good, juicy stuff. So if you are here, come on in, say hello. I love to see where everyone is at and who all is here. And let's dive into how this works in case you are new. So I am here tonight doing both free and paid readings. So if you're interested in getting a free reading, I'll need your specific question, and you can go ahead and type that into the chat. And I will take the questions in the order that they arrive. If you're interested in a longer reading or a bit more in-depth reading, we do have the donation options available. We have the quick reading, the mini reading, and the mega reading. The mini and megas are not timed, so they give me a lot of time to really dive into what's going on in your situation. And the mega reading, you can ask up to 4 questions. The mini reading is good for one topic and 1 question. So a couple things I won't be reading on tonight. No legal questions and no medical questions. We'll leave those to the legal and medical professionals. And if you're interested in a general reading, I have 2 options for you. 1, you can win one of the games that we have tonight. So we will have the emoji contest floating around in the chat here tonight. So whoever sends the most emojis will win a general read with me a little bit later on in the show. Or you can head on over to www.mypsychicconnection.com and they can take your general questions over there. Apart from that, all of the 2-minute readings and the donated readings, I do need a specific question, a topic, something that's going on for you, and I know what you want to know, and we can dive right on in. So, yes, like I said, we've got the emoji contest going, and I can see we've already got that flowing. Thank you, Emma, for all these beautiful emojis. I do like I like the red hearts. I like the octopus, a little bit of anything. I can't be too picky. I'm not too picky on my favorite emojis. And lastly, guys, too, please like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Do share me out far and wide. We are trying to grow our community, which is growing every single day, and we're already an international group of folks. So it's wonderful to see new faces and new people, as well as our beautiful community who returns for our shows all throughout the week. All right, guys, I'm really excited. Last thing I will say is we are streaming on over 190 different platforms, which means I'm getting questions from a few different places. So please be patient. I will get to as many questions as I possibly can. And all donations do jump the line, and the mega reading jumps even the donation line. So if you don't want to be patient, darling, I won't make you. All right. So without any further ado, I am here to sling cards. I'm here to answer your questions. Let's see what we've got. Who is the first on our beautiful list tonight? We have Audrey. Hello, Audrey. Audrey says, hi, with the little octopus emojis and a red heart. My daughter, Kara, and her boyfriend, Nando, have looked at their first home to rent in Sutherland. They met the owner, and he seems to really like them. Will they get this rental? Thanks. All right, my dear, let's take a look at the situation with your daughter and if they will get the rental that they've looked at. All right, so for starters, the energy surrounding this and what I can see they've been up against is it feels like there's been either few things available to them, having a hard time finding something that really fits. It just seems that this whole rental battle has been an uphill swing for quite some time. I've got the possibilities card and it's come up in reverse, and it's showing this desert with this eagle flying over where it's not, I would say, for lack of trying on their end to find a place, but it's not been easy to find something that will fit, that would fit what they're looking for, what's within their price range, all those sorts of things. The next card I have is playfulness. When you've said that the landlord seems to really like them, I do think that that is the case. The landlord seems that they were, I would say, impressed by the energy that they brought to the meeting, by, you know, who they are as people. They seem to be comfortable, is I think the right word, comfortable with renting to them. Do I think they will get it? I think they will be offered I do think they will be offered it, but it's showing me a bit of a delay from the timeline they were thinking about it. So whether this takes a bit longer for their application to go through, they might need to be sending a little bit of additional information. It might get pushed back a couple of weeks or a month from when they were hoping to originally move in. But the cards are seeming positive for the opportunity of moving in here. So I do think they will be offered the place, but I'm absolutely seeing a delay before the chance that they will actually get to move in and be able to accept the offer that I see being extended to them. So that is what I'm seeing for you there, my dear. And thank you so very much for your question. I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, I will just say it once more because I can see we've got some new faces popping in. I am taking questions. I am taking questions for your readings. So if you are interested in getting a free 2-minute reading, go ahead and type in your specific question into the chat. And if you're interested in a longer reading, the donation link will be floating around as well. Also, all donations for this month, $1 of every donation will go towards Female Strong, which is an excellent organization. And it's nice for us to be able to support them with the support you give to our show. We'll say one more time as well, the emoji contest is in full swing. So whoever sends the most emojis throughout the show will win a general message with me a little bit later on tonight. All right, let's get these cards nice and shuffled. Who have we got next, please? We have got Sophia. Hello, Sophia. Sophia asks, hi, Cassidy. Do you see when I will get a home move, please? Thank you. All right, my dear, let's take a look at your home moving situation. How that looks for you, my dear Sophia. Okay, my goodness, similar, and this often happens on the show. It looks like this has been what seems like a very uphill battle for you. I have the traveling card in reverse to start me off with the creativity card, breakthrough card also in reverse, and we are the world has come up here for you. So what I want to say is, yeah, it looks like you have been looking. There's a sense of needing to get out of where you are currently living. I don't know if your lease is coming due or if there's just some sense of being uncomfortable or really needing to find a new place to live, because it does feel like there's been a lot of adversity for you in terms of looking for a new place to live and where you will get to. To be honest with you, I'm not seeing it coming super quickly. But when I see it happening, it feels like it's definitely the right move. All of these cards coming up in reverse, again, it is showing a delay to when this can take place. But honestly, it feels like it's maybe 1, 2, 3. Within 3 to 6 months, I feel like you've found a new place and it's the right place for you to be. So that's the other thing I want to say is, and I think I almost don't need to say this, but don't settle for something that almost fits or signing in a lease that's too long, that just, you're trying to get something just in order to get it quite quickly. But if, there we go. Sorry, my camera wasn't focusing. Fine. Don't rush the process, even though I feel like you really want to move and you really want that next place. Take your time with where you're going to be moving to next. And like I said, that 3 to 6 months time period, I see a new place, a new home. And honestly, it looks like a really good shift for more reasons than just where you are living. It looks like it comes with change in many different forms. That's what I will say for you, my dear. Oh, I got the bell. Yes, so that bell goes off at the 2-minute mark, which means I have to move on over to my next question. But I'm looking forward to being here tonight with everyone. I did want to say, so I heard this quote earlier this week, and I've been thinking about it. And a lot of times when I come across things during the week, I write them down because I want to bring them up on the show. I want to talk to everybody about them and see what everyone has to say. And the quote went like this. So it was talking about mistakes. I guess I'll set up for this. We all make mistakes. We all do things we're maybe not proud of or would have done differently if we had been given the opportunity to do it over. But this is talking more about the mistakes of perhaps the people around us and understanding if forgiveness is always the right path or always the right course, or what is perhaps driven behind the mistakes that people may make. So here's the quote, and I hope it makes sense as I say it. So it says, the first time you do it, it is a mistake. The second time you do it, it's a choice. And the third time you do it, it's a pattern and maybe a part of your character. So that's quite interesting. So if you find that there is someone in your life that you are needing to continually forgive or continually make space for, make excuses for, I think is maybe even the right way to say it. I kind of like that because, and it maybe doesn't give a whole lot of wiggle room either, because perhaps a mistake can be made twice, but by the time you're doing something wrong the second time, you know the consequences of that. So I don't know. I wanted to sprinkle that into the show tonight. If you're dealing with someone who is perpetually challenging or difficult to deal with, and they are saying one thing and their actions are saying another thing, the old, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Always, I like that one. It's a good one that holds true. So without any further ado, I'll go ahead and take my next question. Who have we got next? We have got Gemma. Hello, Gemma. Gemma says, Adam says he might come to my son's wedding with me in June. Means he'll have to stay with me for a few days before it. Being around someone all the time physically drains me, and anxiety and nausea. But I also really want him to come. Meet all of my family too. But worried as I'll need all of my energy for the wedding. He said if he can't go, then he'll come down after his birthday instead. Which will he do? Ooh, that's a good question, my dear. Let's take a look at, the opportunity for Adam to either attend the wedding or to skip the wedding and come a couple weeks later. Attending the wedding. Ooh. And a couple of weeks later. All right. So at this moment in time, and again, I will say this is the first thing I need to acknowledge is that this choice, or how this ends up playing out, is entirely your decision. If you ask him not to go, he will not. He will not push the matter. If you want him there, he will make sure that he is there for when you want him to be. So for starters, I have the card of participation in reverse, just to almost redirect the asking of the question where you said, what will he do? And it's like, he will end up doing what it is that you choose. So having said that, the cards I have for him attending the wedding, I have creativity and rebirth have both come up upright. And for visiting a couple weeks later, I have possibility and completion both come up in reverse. So the energy is certainly flowing more easily surrounding attending the wedding. And I entirely understand that, it can be a very anxious thing to have him there, to have other people around you. But it feels like with this creativity card, he can bring a sense of calmness to you, a sense of stability, a sense of comfort and familiarity. And he can help you through that time, as opposed to it feeling like he's just making things worse or things are getting more anxious because of his presence. So I'm sorry, my dear, I've got the bell, but that is all I have time for to answer on that question. But I hope that was helpful. Thank you very much for your question and for your trust with that question tonight. Okay, guys, this emoji contest is just, I love seeing it. So I can see all of the beautiful emojis that fly up the side of my screen throughout the show. It's just wonderful. Emma says, I hope so. Thank you. You are so very welcome, my dear. And guys, if you are listening, watching wherever you are, please like this video, share me out far and wide, and do subscribe to our channels. You can subscribe over on Facebook or on YouTube at My Psychic Connection. And if you are listening, I forgot to say this earlier, if you are listening somewhere that does not have the ability to ask me a question and you want me to do a reading for you, head on over to YouTube, type in My Psychic Connection. You'll see our logo with the blue tree, and you can see that the live video of Cassidy the Cardslinger is on right now, as long as you're catching this live. And you can go ahead and type in your specific question there. And make sure you're subscribed with the little bell when you are over there, because we have shows all throughout the week, and I will talk a little bit more about those later. So I'll say shows Monday through Thursday. All right, we'll go ahead and take our next question. Who have we got next on our beautiful list tonight? We have Emma. Hi, Emma. Emma says, hi, I'd like to know when I'll be going out to Boston with my friend to meet some of his dad's girlfriend's family. I'm going to read that one more time. I'd like to know when I'll be going out to Boston with my friend to meet some of his dad's girlfriend's family. Okay, because my friend said that they all want to meet me. Thank you. All right, my dear, let's take a look at when that trip to Boston may be taking place. That's always nice when people are excited to meet us and we get to go and travel and meet new people. So when do I see that taking place? Or do I see it taking place, I should say. Okay. Well, I don't know how far you are from Boston, my dear, but it seems like that visit, while it might be a good thing, it just feels complicated or complex to get the timing right. The first card I have down here is the Knight of Swords. So I can certainly see that you're open to the idea of doing it. But then I have the card of Strength and the Fool reversed. So it feels like the idea and the excitement behind the travel is there. And there's this, all right, let's do this. Let's go. I'm going to go and meet these people. But the Strength card reversed and the Fool are kind of saying, you know, are you sure that you're not jumping into something too quickly? Not for the sake of it being a problematic visit. She says, I'm only 4 hours away. And yes, you're right, because I might be getting a job soon. Yeah, it just feels, particularly with that Strength reverse, like a competing priorities thing where this seems nice and like would be good to do, but it would come at the sacrifice of doing something else in the same amount of time off. So you're only 4 hours away. That's not too bad. Okay. What I'm seeing is around a month's time from now, maybe a month to 6 weeks would be a good time period to be able to make that trip. But up until then, it feels like competing schedules on your end, the people who you're trying to meet up with. I've got the Star card in reverse here. It just feels like there's a little too much going on, and maybe. So that is what I've got for you, my dear. Thank you very much for your question. I hope that that was helpful, and good luck. Wishing you all the very best. Emma says, yeah, that definitely sounds like a time frame I was hoping for as well. That's perfect. Excellent. Yes. And see, here's the thing with readings, at least the way I do them. So some readers are, you know, timelines are their specialty. I am, you know, I can get them sometimes, but they are not always presented. And if they are, I will absolutely share them. And if not, I will say that as well. And Emma says, and yes, thank you. You are so very welcome, my dear. So this emoji contest is awesome. It is just going so strong here in the back. If you are interested in getting a guaranteed reading tonight, the donation link will be floating around. Other than that, I am just taking the 2-minute free readings in order that the questions come in. So I will try and get to as many people as possible. But like I said, the donation link is the only way you can guarantee that you will get a reading here tonight. So I have switched decks again. I forgot to mention this too. Usually, this was something I did in my last season, and I haven't been doing it quite so much this season, but typically, Maria has said, hi, hello, come on in and say hello, by the way, if you are listening, say hi, love to see who all is here. And what I used to say, I used to always ask how many decks I had on my table. How many decks do I have tonight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 readily accessible decks, and goodness knows how many inside my wonderful desk as well. But nevertheless, I've got enough cards to read everyone's question here tonight. I'll go ahead and see who we've got next on our wonderful list. We have Clayton. Oh, that's a very cool picture. Clayton says, hello, good evening. I would like to ask how things are going to go with the pending divorce from my husband. All right, my dear, let's take a look at what's going on for you. How we can see the pending divorce going on between you and your husband. Okay. Well, Clayton says, thank you. I don't know if this comes as a surprise or a shock. This might maybe even align with your expectations, but to be honest, looking at a divorce and seeing the cards I have here, this seems quite smooth, to be honest with you. The first card down here I have is the Hermit, where I do feel on your end, you're going to have to take care of a number of things on your own in terms of, you know, research or laying out documentation, things like that. I also have the Queen of Swords up right here, where it feels like certain administrative things are going to land on your shoulders. And there is a nudge here for you to make sure you know how things are being divided, what the proceedings are really going to look like. I think you've got a very good head on your shoulders, and you already understand logistically how this looks and how this is all going to go. And I've got the Three of Cups in the center here. So to be honest, it seems quite amicable in the sense that it's not showing me, no, it's not seeming particularly disastrous or challenging in the sense of logistically getting this to take place. I do have the Four of Wands that's come up in reverse, which is showing the divorce proceedings taking place. I don't think it's going to be slow by any means. It feels like things are going to move along at the timeline that you're expecting them to. It doesn't seem like there's many hiccups or bumps in the road. No, how is it going to go? Like I said, with that Hermit card, though, it does feel a bit isolating on your end, and it can be, you know, a sense of loneliness or a sense of, I'll just say how things look differently for you going forward. So that is what I've got time for your question there, my dear. And thank you so much for your question and for your trust with that question. Clayton says, yay, with a bunch of smiley faces. I'm feeling that yay as well. You know, certain situations can get very messy. Bunny Sugar says, yay, it's Cassidy. Hello, Bunny, my dear. Oh, guys, check this out. Okay, look at all of these beautiful, if you are watching the video portion of this, these are so much fun. Clayton says, thank you, Mama. You are very welcome, my dear. Thank you for your question. And I'll say good luck, but I don't think you need it. It looks very, you know, as good as the situation can be, is what I will say. So, okay, guys, we are here with the intuitive card game. So how this one works, in case you are new, I'm going to pause the emoji contest just for a couple of minutes here, and we are going to see if anyone can guess the playing card that I drew before the show started. So if you're not familiar, the playing card deck is a deck of 52 cards. We have the suit of spades, clubs, diamonds, and hearts. We can't really see that. There we go. They are labeled or numbered ace through 10, jack, queen, and king. So when I say go, ready, set, go, let's see those guesses. So we call this the intuitive game because you can see intuitively if you can tap into what card it was that I drew. You also can guess as many times as you like. So if you are intuitively drawn to a number, are you getting a face card? Are you getting a high number, a low number? Are you getting a red card, a black card? See if intuitively you can tap into what this card is that we're looking for. And if all else fails, you can just type as fast as you like, as many times as you'd like. And we've got that timer going in the back, so the folks will be taking a look, keeping their eyes peeled for the card. I hope we get it tonight because that person will win a general reading, which I do not do on this show, but this is the only way you get them is if you are the winner of one of our games. I will take a moment to say though, so our new lineup, we have got the amazing Journey Ryan Live is back on Monday nights. He also has a special guest with him. So Mondays at 10 p.m., make sure you're checking out his show. That will be the next one after me. So, you know, enjoy your weekend and come and tune back in on Monday night, followed by Whispers from the Forest with Squirrel. Squirrel is back, and she also has a special guest Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock Eastern time, as well on the beautiful, the adorable Bunny Sugars is here with at 6 o'clock Eastern time. So that show is a little bit earlier, and you can catch her show all about, you know, every aspect of love, how the heart makes us do wonderful, beautiful things. Any questions you have laying on your heart surrounding the topic of love and other, you can bring to her on Wednesday afternoons. Okay, guys, I hope we get this. Oh, look at this, all these beautiful guesses. I hope we see it. I hope we get the guests tonight. I love getting to do these fun little general reads. So let's see if we can get that playing card. It's coming. I've seen some close guesses is all I'm going to say. I have definitely seen some close guesses. And while we are playing this game, make sure you are liking this video, you are following our channel, and you're subscribed to wherever you are catching this video so you can catch all of our beautiful shows Monday through Thursday every single week. And we have beautiful readers here as well for all of your needs. I also do not do psychic mediumship readings. So if you're interested in connecting with loved ones on the other side, the other readers on this beautiful network can help you out with that. And Journey will be your next option on Monday night at 10 o'clock. Or, of course, you can call the website, www.mypsychicconnection.com, and your first 3 minutes over there are free as well. Okay, guys, I hope we see this beautiful guest. Had some excellent guesses here tonight. Thank you, everyone who's playing along. I haven't quite seen it yet, and the folks in the back are the best at what they do. They will not let it go by without catching that guess. Oh, my goodness. Oh, guys, I don't think we saw it tonight. Thank you, everyone, for playing along, though. That was, you know, what I was looking for. And I'm just going to double check. I'm pretty sure, yes, it was. It was, in fact, the 2 of diamonds. So thank you all for your beautiful guesses. I thoroughly appreciate it. But if you are interested in winning a general read, the emoji contest will be on and back in full force now. So let's see those beautiful emojis. Whoever sends the most between now and usually say the end of the show, but at the point that we announce the winner, at some point at the end of the show. Emma says, we tried, lol. You sure did. You guys, you all did very well. So let's see those emojis. Let's see what beautiful emojis everyone can send. And we will find a winner for the emoji contest a bit later tonight. Also, we have another game coming up soon, so stay tuned. I will be rapid fire answering your questions, so stick around for that. Before we jump into that, though, I will go ahead and take my next question. Who have we got next? All right, this is Arisha. Arisha asks, does Otis still like me? All right, my dear, if you are here and you would like to color in for me any additional information about who this is, that would be great, but I am absolutely going to take a look and see how Otis is feeling about you and if we're still seeing, the likeness there. Okay. Does Otis still like you? Loaded question. Arisha says, I'm here. Hello. Okay, so what I want to say, and I feel like this is potentially why you're asking this, is there's been some shift in the energy between the two of you. The level of either communication has changed. Arisha says, a situationship, we talked for 4 months until we're not anymore. Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. Thank you very much. So I've got the justice card in reverse, where it feels like, there is that shutdown of communication. What I've got here as well is the no contact, lol. Perfect. Well, not perfect, sorry, but I'm seeing the same thing is what I want to say. The 7 of Cups reverse, where it is showing a change of heart or a change in the dynamic of the relationship. The first card I laid here, though, is the Fool card, and I have my foundational energy as the Knight of Cups. So does Otis still like you? I do think that they do. But things have, their situation has changed. So where you've said this already is its own situationship. That Fool card, I feel as though, and I'm not seeing, it's not someone else, is it? No, I'm not seeing that there is someone else in the picture that has been the reason why, things have changed between you. But they, can I get a sense of what this is? It feels like a fulfillment of some goal that they had is coming to place in their own life, where it just feels like they, and this is a terrible excuse, but it's how I am seeing this, is that their attention has been diverted. But I do think they still like you, is what I will say, my dear. So thank you so much for your question, and I hope that was helpful for you. And I appreciate everyone here who brings their beautiful specific questions for me to answer. And I do get this asked from time to time. So I will just say, what is a specific question and why is it important? So, and Arisha says, thank you so much. You are so very welcome, my dear. So why a specific question is important, particularly on this show and particularly for these quick 2-minute reads is, well, there's a number of reasons, but one of them is with the general reading style. We can tap into anything, and we are on the air live speaking to however many people, and maybe you don't want that information being shared. So when you bring a specific question forward, it's also keeping you in the driver's seat of what we're going to discuss, in terms of, you don't know perhaps where it's going to go or what's going to be said. Otherwise, why would you be asking the question? But it helps frame what it is you're interested in knowing, and it keeps us on topic. Also, that 2 minutes goes by very quickly. If you haven't noticed, I am usually getting cut off of what I am trying to say. So there is usually more. There is usually much more to say on a lot of these topics. But if you are asking your specific question and what it is you want to know, I'll make sure and get you that answer to what it is, if I can, in the amount of time or as much information as I can to fill out what it is you're interested in knowing. And also brings you into the reading. So I often say, getting a reading is not a passive exercise, at least how I like to do them. You are giving some of yourself, some of your energy to the reading by bringing your question. And because this is a format where I'm just reading them, I can't see you. I'm not hearing your tone of voice. So it just helps give us a bit more connection while I am tapping into that reading for you. So there's a couple of reasons why those specific questions are important. And it also changes how the cards work. It changes what they bring up, how they speak, what they say. The example I like to give is if you're asking about your job, and you work in a library or you work as a firefighter, the cards are going to look very different. We could be talking about work, but one of those has a much more chaotic energy to it. Adrienne says, yes, thank you for your energy to us. You are so very welcome, my dear. Thank you for being here. All right, enough of my spiel. Let's go ahead and see who we've got next on our lovely list tonight. Guys, we are here with the lightning round. Okay. All right. Here is how this works. In case you are new, I am going to, as I said before, rapid fire answer your yes, no, or maybe questions as fast as I can, as many as I can for 3 minutes. So let's see those yes or no questions. Please don't ask any hows, whens, whys. I can't say anything else other than yes, no, or undetermined. I will always say, yeses can become nos, nos can become yeses, but this is an excellent way to get a quick answer to your question, to see where the energy is heading, what I am picking up on in a particular situation. And, those undetermineds show up for 1,000,001 different reasons. So you can ask as many yes, no questions as you like. Nothing medical, nothing pregnancy related, and nothing legal, please. And I will take the rest of your questions. So let's get started. We have got Gemma is asking, should I book a room at the Travel Lodge on the night of my son's wedding? Yes. Emma says, is he still interested in me? Ooh, undetermined. Gemma says, will I go to my son's wedding reception as well as the red wedding ceremony? Yes. Gemma says, does Adam see me as his girlfriend or partner yet? Undetermined. Emma Gamble asks, is Dan genuine? Yes. AA says, will I go on a date soon? Yes. Emma says, will my mother ever apologize? No. Adrian says, will I still be teaching in 3 years? Ooh, undetermined. What about that? Sherry says, will I be getting a dog anytime soon? Yes. Emma says, will I get my car soon? Yes! School card. AA says, is JP okay? Undetermined. Emma Gamble says, is Dan only after one thing? No. Emma says, will I go on a romantic date this summer? Yes. Emma Gamble says, will my nan's house sell soon? Ooh, undetermined. Gemma says, will I visit Adam in his hometown next year? Yes. Adrian asks, will my boyfriend stay faithful? Yes. Emma Gamble asks, will I see Dan this weekend? Ooh, undetermined. Norma says, will my partner and I go on vacation next month? Yes. Emma says, will my ex-best friend ever tell me she is sorry? No. Norma says, will I find a part-time job soon? Yes. Adrian says, do people at my job enjoy being around me? Undetermined. Emma says, will I eventually purchase my own car? Yes. Sherry says, will I be getting a new truck this summer? Ooh, undetermined. Emma Gamble says, does Dan think about me? Does Dan think about me? Yes. That game is so much fun. It is so challenging. The cards that come up are just, they make me laugh because some of them are so dang literal. I usually use my Lenormand deck when I'm playing the yes-no game, and my gosh, the information that I get instead of, just a yes or no answer makes it very hard for me to keep my tongue within myself to make sure that I am not, I'm staying within the bounds of the game. And Gemma Ball says, you're on fire. Oh, thank you so much, my dear. Adrian says, so fun. It is a lot of fun. I have a blast playing that game. It is tricky. It is great. Alexis says, thank you for doing what you do. It's beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. My goodness, you guys, sending all the love tonight. Thank you all. I'm having an absolute blast. I love being here with everyone. And, if you are just joining, do say hello. Come on in, say hi, type in your specific question. I am doing as many readings on specific questions as I can here tonight. So let's see who we've got next. Star Love says, hi, everyone. Hello. Seriously, guys, just say hello. Even if you've already said something, I just want to get like a whole bunch of highs. Debbie is saying hi. Hello, everyone. Like, this is just making my day. Say hi. Love to see who all is here, partying with me here, slinging cards on this beautiful Thursday night. All right. We have Alexa. Alexa says, hello, beautiful. I'd love to know if you see a large sum of money from my old apartment complex. If I see a large sum of money from my old apartment complex, thank you. Are you selling this apartment complex? Are you asking if you left money there? If you are still here, my dear, please let me know just to clarify that question. But I will ask exactly what you've asked, and we'll see if I get some level of a large sum of money showing up in my cards. Do we see a large sum of money from your old apartment building? Yeah, but you're like fighting for it though, aren't you? A little bit. It feels like this is requiring your active involvement, your your skill, you are needing to follow up on this, or you are driving the boat, so to speak. She says they owe me money from an injury that was their fault. I see. So I'm not entirely sure if this one is bordering on a legal related question, my dear. So I will just see, what I am seeing surrounding this is it does feel like there's quite a bit you need to do in this area. I've got the Chariot card. She says fighting. Yes, I've got the Chariot card and the Ace of Wands reversed. So to your standing in this situation, you are in the right and you are fighting for something that is factual and that can be defended well. I will say you need to keep going, and I see it being worthwhile, my dear. I absolutely see your efforts in this space being worthwhile, but don't allow, someone else to try and talk you out of it, or to, shuffle something away. Just fight for what you need and what is yours. You have a clear understanding of this, is what I want to say, my dear. Alexa says, thank you, lovely. You are so very welcome, my dear. I hope that was helpful. And thank you very much for your question. Okay, guys, I think I'm about to switch up my decks here. I've got so many wonderful decks here tonight. And we'll say this one more time. If you are interested in getting a reading here tonight, go ahead and type in your specific question into the chat. I am doing free 2-minute readings. And if you're interested in a longer reading, more in-depth reading, the donation link will be floating around there as well. And $1 of every donation goes towards Female Strong this month, which is an excellent organization. We love to share the love, share the support around. All right, let's go ahead and see who we have got next on our lovely list tonight. We have AA. AA says, I confronted my friend David about his double life. He denied it. Was he telling the truth? Ooh, this is an interesting question. Okay, sorry, can I see that one more time? I just want to make sure that I'm getting that one correctly. Confronted your friend David about his double life. He denied it. Was he telling the truth? All right, David. What's going on with David? Or is David telling the truth? The whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help us, David. Okay. We're not doing legal things here. Was David telling the truth? To an extent. Where you're saying he denied it, the first card I have down here is understanding, and it's come up in reverse. And you can see there's a bird perhaps trying to fly, and it's being caged, and it's not able to go very far. I've got the card of past life, success in reverse. With the past lives card, I'm inclined to feel as though this isn't coming forward as a past life thing that I'm seeing here, but I think he is almost sprinkled in enough factual information that it makes it feel like the entirety of what you were questioning him about is false or doesn't exist or doesn't make sense. Was he telling the truth? Partially. So is that a no? Right? If you are omitting certain things, or you are sprinkling in bits of the truth to avoid actual larger bits of the truth, are you being truthful? I will leave that one up to you, my dear. But I think some of the things he said that can be checked out, that can be verified, that are making you think, okay, this is making sense. Though those aspects are true, but I feel like bigger things are being missed, are not being brought up. It really feels like a lot. Perhaps try to get away with something. So that is what I'm seeing for you there, my dear. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for your question. Very interesting how that one came about. Yeah, I mean, in my books, typically speaking, lie by omission is a thing. AA says, I knew it, he lied. But it's interesting in that case, and we do see this, though, is when someone is good at lying, or is good at sweeping something under the rug, or some level of stage magic look at this thing over here while you're not paying attention to this thing over here, is that, like I was saying there, if you have just enough information that it feels like it's correct, or they keep pointing to things that back up the truth they are trying to say, it makes it hard to understand if, are they actually lying? Is there something missing there? Anyways, very interesting. We do see that a fair bit, unfortunately. So guys, do share me out. We are growing this beautiful community, this beautiful committee. Welcome to the My Psychic Connection committee. We are growing our beautiful community, and we love reaching new people. So if you have a friend, a family member, a loved one, someone that maybe you don't love so much that could really use a reading, send them this video, send them our channel, and they can connect with myself tonight or one of our beautiful readers. And, like I say, we can tell people off on your behalf if that is what the cards need to say. Or maybe it's a reality check for you, my dear. We'll see. You never know. And what I say too, like it's great. I love this platform because you can listen to other readings. You can, of course, get your own reading, and it is a space where you're hearing my messages to other people. So sometimes you can pick up some piece of advice or guidance, or that would be useful for your situation, which is great. It's not why, but it's great for the reason that you can, get access to other people's readings. However, the only way to get the information and the guidance that is right for you is always to get your own reading for your unique situation, your own question, and your unique perspective. So with that, my dears, who have we got next on our wonderful list tonight? I will take my next question, please. We have Norma. Norma says, hello, Cassidy. Will the next couple of months improve my relationship and finances? Will the next couple of months see improvement in your relationship or finances? So let's take a look at that, my dear. Over the next couple of months for your relationships, and finances. Okay. So, yeah. All right, my dear. So, on the relationship side, I have the card of intensity and the card of letting go in reverse. So it feels like over the coming months, there will be a shift in your relationship space. It feels like the approach that you're taking now to, and I don't know if you are looking for a partner, if you're in a relationship right now, but it feels like certain things need to be healed from, moved past, before we can see some level of what I'll say is fulfillment and abundance in your relationship space. So with these two cards, do I see something changing over the next couple months? I do. I'm not necessarily seeing a new partner or a new budding romance or relationship, but it feels a lot more in tune to how you show up in relationships and how that itself is going to change over the coming months, which honestly seems like it will put you in a much better space to see a positive improvement in your relationship. So do keep working, with yourself and on yourself on that front. You also asked about your finance situation. And this seems like the cards I'm seeing here, it feels quite stressful at this time. It feels like you're rather stretched, rather, having a difficult time. just to put it lightly, with your financial situation. I have the card of completion that's come up in reverse, and it's all of these puzzle pieces. And I've got the card of celebration reversed as well. So it feels like over the coming months, you are getting things in place for your financial situation to change. So in both of there's more. That is all I have time for you there, my dear. I hope that was helpful, and good luck to you over the coming months. And I really wish you well. So guys, when that bell rings, that is my 2 minutes time is up. If you're ever interested in additional information on the question that you asked, or if you're interested in another question, the donation link is going to be floating around there as well. And you can jump the line of all of the free readings to get my attention to your specific question. All right, I've got so many decks on my table. I'm just having a blast here tonight. Hope everyone's week is going well. Tomorrow is Friday, or today is Friday, depending on where you are listening from. But I hope that, I just hope everybody is doing well. Norma says, thank you. You're welcome, my dear. So let's take a look. Who have we got next on our list tonight? We have got Adrian. Adrian says, hey there, lovely Cassidy. Will my relationship with my son's father continue to grow in love moving forward? All right. Will your relationship with your son's father continue to grow in love moving forward? Let's take a look at that, my dear. Here we are. Okay. All right. She says, also my boyfriend. Wonderful. Okay, so the first card I have down here is actually the Ace of Pentacles, and it's come up upright. So you're asking if this will continue to grow in love. So the energy surrounding the connection seems quite nice right now, quite loving. Like it feels that there is, new life, or a rebirthing type energy in your connection. Things feel, really quite good. So I can see sort of what is seeding this question and asking this is, it's like, well, things look like they're pretty good right now, or they're feeling like they're moving into a good space. How does that continue? I'm going to be entirely honest with you. It does look like it gets a little bumpy here in the near future, but to hang in there, because I do feel like it's going to get better in a bit longer term. But also where it seems that the complications arise is it doesn't seem so much in the connection between the two of you, but you're dealing with your own crap separately, and that is having an impact on your connection with the two of you. So it feels like certain stresses that you have within your own life and things that he is battling on his end are going to be things that pull your connection apart. She says, yes, it is bumpy and smooth all the time. LOL. We are working on communication. Beautiful. And I feel like it's going to be a continual ebb and flow sort of thing over the coming months here. I've got the 7 of Wands here as well, where I want to say, continue to stand your ground with what you need in this relationship. You can, allow for certain wiggle room, and we're going to make mistakes and we're going to figure things out together, but don't be pushed over, my dear. That's what I will say in that regard. So thank you for your lovely question, and I do wish you well. Good luck in your connection moving forward. So guys, look at this. Look at how cool this looks. We have got the emoji contest has come to an end. We have a winner. Emma Rose, congratulations. You are tonight's emoji contest winner. Look at this. Look at all of these beautiful emojis. Thank you, everyone, for playing along tonight. It was beautiful seeing all of the emojis flying across the screen. But Emma Rose, my dear, you have won. You have sent the most emojis of anyone here tonight. So, Emma, my dear, if you are interested in, you can ask a question or have this related to a certain topic, but this is the one time. Emma says, yay! This is the one time I will offer a general reading here on this channel. So, my dear, if you are interested in this, sorry, my camera is focus on me, dear. If you are interested in having this applied to a specific area of life, do please let me know. Otherwise, I will. There we go. Emma says, should I move on from them? All right, my dear, let's take a look at what I have got. I have a couple of different oracles I'm going to use for this question. Let's take a look to answer that question. Should you move on from them? Okay. Whoa, wow. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry, that was very strange. My whole screen just went black. This person comes and goes a lot, just so you know. Okay. You don't say. All right, let me just get a couple more cards here because this is quite interesting. Should you move on from them? All right, so I got to show you this first card that I have, and where you said this person comes and goes a lot, and I said, I can see that. Check out this card I have here. We have this, it is a woman holding what looks like a child running away from a home into the forest. So when you're saying this person comes and go a lot, it feels more than that. Like when they go, they're not particularly good at communicating when they're going to be inaccessible. They just sort of drop in and out of your life on their own terms, and leave you to just pick up the pieces, put things together, wonder when you're going to hear from them. The energy I'm getting on their side seems rather selfish. And, for one reason or another, that's how it's coming forward. The next card I have here is it shows a little person underground and people stepping on them. So where you're saying, she says, they left me undelivered on Snapchat for 8 weeks straight. Yeah. So, all right. This makes a whole lot of sense as well with this particular card, because this is, and it was sort of in line with what I was saying there in the last reading of not letting someone, don't be a pushover. Don't let someone walk all over you. Well, here we have what looks like 4 sets of legs walking all over somebody. So both of these cards, in terms of asking, should you move on from them? It feels like for them, you are a relationship of convenience. She says, and then they came back all like, hey, lovely, I missed you, baby, out of nowhere. Lol. I bet you did. Okay. So, I mean, I am not really liking what I am seeing with this individual. Okay, there are 3 cards that show to someone being used and or exploited in this deck. And I just pulled 2 of them here, and the third one has now just come out, where it seems like as long as you have made yourself available to them, they're going to continue. What I'm going to say is inappropriate behavior in terms of managing a connection, because it's not like it's one thing if you're busy and saying, hey, I'm about to drop off for a bit, or hey, and I'm so sorry this happened. This goes back to earlier where I was saying that quote about the first time it's a mistake, the second time it's a choice, and the third time it's a character or a behavior. So in terms of should you move on from them, what do you get out of this connection? I have the cards as well here, a breakthrough and leap of faith, where I think if it is in any way hurting your heart, she says, they say, I love you to me, but their actions say otherwise. Yeah, you can trust the actions on that front. People who love you don't act like that. And if they do, they need to figure their shit out. That is entirely inappropriate. That is not okay. So my job here, and in looking into this, is I am on your side, and I'm seeing what's in your heart's best interest. And if you are in any way, and I feel that you are experiencing, disappointment when they are gone, your heart is hurting. There is something like they have dropped the ball, and it is causing any level of negative experience for you when they drop off. And then when they come back, it's like, what am I supposed to do? Just be waiting for you? Absolutely not. So what I will say to you, my dear, and the advice I'm seeing with this card of leap of faith, is if there is anything from this connection that you on your side are you getting anything from this relationship, or are you just keeping your heart open for them to use and walk in whenever they want? Because if that's the case, you need to deal with, you need to take care of your own self and guard your own heart first. But if there's anything that, if they are using you, if there's anything you want to use from them, that if this connection is in some way, useful, or there is some level of enjoyment for you, she says, nothing that I've ever dreamed of, lol. Yeah. So, I mean, you asked, should you move on from them? I don't think you should allow your heart to be particularly invested in this individual. They are not about to change. And to me, this behavior is not showing someone who is genuinely in love, but is rather enjoying the way they can manipulate someone when they use that term, which I don't find that acceptable. So I will leave that choice to you, my dear. If you want to entertain this connection any further, just see them for who they are. Know that they are spewing a pile of BS when they say this kind of thing. It's very shallow. I'm not seeing that they are deeply devoted or committed, because if they were, they wouldn't be acting this way to you. I'm not even seeing like a good excuse here. Like this person isn't super busy with work or out here, you know. She says, I'm not going to tolerate being a side chick. I need to be treated like a princess. Absolutely. And so you've said it yourself. I'm not going to tolerate being a side chick. And I think that is the right move for you, my dear. I could not agree more. Leave this person in the dust. Leave them on red for 8 weeks. See how they like it, and find someone that is a much better fit. Because this is not a good fit. This person is not worth your time, and they're just wasting your time. Is what I want to say from someone who, you know, there could be a much better connection with someone. So should you move on from them, unless there's anything you stand to gain from it, I absolutely would. So that is what I'm seeing for you there, my dear. Thank you so much for your question and for all of the beautiful emojis here tonight. The emoji contest was an absolute blast. I hope that was helpful, and thank you for all of the beautiful support with your emojis, both Emma and everyone else. All right, guys, we are on the last question of the night. This hour goes by more quickly every single week, I swear. Let's see who we have got next. Who is our last question of the evening? We have got Emma Gimble. Emma says, "Does Dan T losing it? Is Dan T losing interest in me?" All right, let's take a look at what's going on with this Dan individual. Is Dan losing interest in you? What's going on with Dan and Dan's heart? Is Dan losing interest in you? Okay. Wow, interesting. This isn't a straightforward question. This would have been an undetermined on the yes or no game, where it feels like the foundational energy I have here is sorrow. So in a sense, it's showing me that he is dealing with some level of something, and opposite to what I was saying earlier, where I'm not seeing a level of excuse for that sort of behavior. But with what you're experiencing in this connection, I can see why you're asking this, because it feels like it's really changed shape, or has lacked any level of consistency for you to really know how this person is feeling. I've got the card of stress and the card of sorrow going on Dan's end. So it feels like I can't skip over the fact that there's a whole lot on Dan's plate right now before I can even look at the fact, is he losing interest in you? I don't necessarily think that he is, but it feels like he's dealing with so much that his heart is quite, put in a washing machine right now. His heart and his head feel very conflicted and confused with the other things that are going on within his life. So yeah, okay, I've got the card of tuning in. I think you can best support kind of yourself and this connection by giving it the time that it needs, responding to his bids for attention, in kind, and kind of letting him try and lead the connection a little bit more, because it feels like he's going to be still pulling for a bit there. So thank you so much for your question, my dear. I hope that was helpful, and good luck for the two of you moving forward. Guys, we have reached the end of the show. I cannot believe how quickly this hour goes by, but thank you absolutely everyone for tuning in tonight. This has been such a great time. I will be on again. I'm on every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. No, pardon me, 7 o'clock Pacific time. It's 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here on My Psychic Connection. And the next show you can catch is Journey Ryan Live on Monday night at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And he's bringing a special guest. So check out that show and have yourself a wonderful weekend. We will see you guys next week. Talk to you then. Bye, guys.